After daylight saving time came to an end Sunday, people have to readjust for 4 months before the time changes again. For some, this is the telltale sign of the holidays, but for others, it's a pain.
I personally hate walking out the door at 4:30 and it being dark outside.
Dr. Philippi believes this change brings an increase in anxiety and depression, as well as disruption in sleep patterns. With the sun setting sooner during standard time, people are not able to enjoy their day as much.
I do think that I'm less likely, as well as a lot of my patients, are less likely to engage in activities in the evening when it's already dark.
Since 2018, the Sunshine Protection Act has been in and out of the Senate 3 times. There have been several debates over the bill concerning the effects of human health, traffic accidents, and whether it's better to have more sunlight in the morning or evening. In March, that bill passed for the first time in the Senate and has been sitting in the House ever since. The bill, if passed, would make daylight saving time permanent for most states, including Mississippi, starting November 5th of next year. Mississippi Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith is one of the 18 co-sponsors of the bill.
Being a farm girl, we love the daylight savings time. You can continue to extend that day, and people just function better when they have, more daylight to get things done.
So if this bill were to pass, let's talk about what could happen. According to the Mississippi Department of Agriculture, the state has just under 35,000 farms and is a major contributor to poultry, soybeans, cotton, cattle, and sweet potatoes, to name a few. Brian Rhodes is a poultry and cattle farmer in Rankin County.
As far as the clock goes, daylight savings time, farmers typically are working during the daylight hours. We're more worried about the weather than what the clock says.
The biggest change, the sunrise and sunset. You would get an extra hour of daylight in the afternoon. However, sunrise would be delayed. Take Jackson, for example. On January 1st, the standard sunrise is 7:01 a.m. If daylight saving time were to become permanent, sunrise on January 1st would be 8:01 a.m. And some areas across the country could have a sunrise closer to 9 a.m. local time. This could play a major effect on morning commutes and accidents on the roads. According to DriversEd.com, the most dangerous times of travel in the winter is from 4 to 8 p.m. If daylight saving time were to remain permanent, we could see a decrease in wrecks in the evening, but an increase in the morning commute. Many people, however, are more focused on the extra hour of evening daylight.
I don't know that one extra hour of dark in the morning would make as much difference negatively as having an extra hour would affect them positively in the evening.
I've got a 5-year-old, 8-year-old, and 11-year-old. When they come in from school and they get home between 3 and 3:30, after being inside all day, they're ready to go outside.
The idea of having an extra hour of sunlight in the afternoon may be a huge contributing factor to one's physical and mental health.
I think in Mississippi, we would be more likely to have a healthier lifestyle, get outside, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the effects of vitamin D if we had longer days. And I'd love to see the literature like 20 years after we make the change and I would hope that it would reflect positively on our mental health.
Kristana Kay, 16 WAPT.